What's up, guys? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, bringing you another live duel. And this time we have Runick Spright versus Swordsoul. This is round 3 of a tournament that we hosted. This is a trophy tournament. It was 4 rounds of Swiss, top cut, and then the finals. So consider subscribing. We have more of these live duels leading up to Nats, where Shane and I obviously will be at Nats. So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoy this live duel. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what things we could do. This game was a little interesting. So, you're just going to have to watch through it. Obviously, check out some of our other live duels, but there's a lot of different just misplays in this one, but I wanted to go ahead and post it anyway. A lot of things that we could have done better, and hopefully watching this back, the duelists can actually see some different things that we could do. Comment down below, and they can comment, let me know what their thinking was, but there's a couple interactions that I think I would have done differently, and so this was a hard one to commentate, but I still want to bring it to you guys so that you can check it out. So consider subscribing and check it out, and this is round 3, so we're going to go ahead and dive into a Runick Spright versus Swordsoul live duel.
House of Cards.
TCG.
Alright, diving on into our first match of round 3. We have our Swordsoul player on the left, and we have our Runick player on the right. And let's see who won the die roll and who is going to be going first. Beautiful map, by the way. I had to say I appreciate that. Also, a Runick player with the hero sleeves. I do like those. Those look good. I like them. Okay. So let's see who's going to go first here. After doing some hand shuffling, we are opening up with a Runick Fountain. That is a great start here. So we're going to go ahead and activate the Runick Slumber, I do believe. Actually, I take that back. That is Runick Destruction, but that is going to go ahead and special summon out. So we're going to see Hugin come down. We're going to... I guess we're not going to activate Hugin's effects. We already have the Runick Fountain. We are going to activate that. We're going to discard a Evenly match. Makes sense because you're going to pass up your battle phase anyway. But that Evenly is always a good card to hold, just in case your opponent does not OTK you. You can always Evenly at the end of their battle phase. So that is something to consider if you're playing the Runick. It's just because you're going first doesn't mean that Evenly is a bad card, but obviously you're going to be drawing so much that doesn't matter. So we are going to activate the Runick Fountain effect off of that. We're going to go ahead and shuffle to draw. We're going to see a carrot come down. Because we do control level 2, we can special summon it. Then we're going to overlay for the Gigantic Spright. There it is. And Gigantic Spright is probably going to activate. Maybe he might wait if he has some other plays before he gets locked into the level 2. We are going to go ahead and see another Runick Fountain come down. That allows him to activate the shuffle effect again. And this time we're going to see the Smithing Stone or Slumber. Yeah. Or no. Yeah, Slumber. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and activate that. That's going to go ahead and shuffle 2 to draw back, or just shuffle 1. Okay, we're going to shuffle 1 to draw. There we go. So Runick Fountain you can do if you have multiple coffees. So I understand the play now for the Hugin effect to go ahead and grab a new fountain. We are going to go ahead and activate a Gigantic Spright. It does detach for effect, not cost. So he is going to meet an Ash Blossom with that. And now we are going to set 1. But of course, depending on how many Runick spells we have in our hand, that could be really good. So we do see 1 card in hand, 1 card set. So we are going to open up with a Pot of Desires. I swear our Swordsoul player always has Desires. I need to deck check him. Just joking. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and draw 2 off of a Pot of Desires. I do see some Tinnies in hand here. Makes you wonder if it would have been better to hold the carrot, but I guess he didn't. But we're going to see an Incredible Ecclesia come down. I'm assuming that we're special summoning it. It's obviously a great start. We're going to utilize the effect. That's going to go ahead and special out. We obviously have no Ash here. That's going to go ahead and bring out what appears to be a Moyi. Moyi effect is going to reveal. I did not see the reveal. But that's going to go ahead and bring out a Swordsoul token. This is obviously a great start, depending on what the interruptions are. Now we are going to go ahead and synchro off for the Shishao. Shishao is going to go ahead and draw a card, or Moyi is going to allow him to draw a card because it was sent to the graveyard for synchro material, and then the Shishao is going to allow him to search, and he's going to search out a Vashuda here. Pretty good start so far for our Swordsoul player, and obviously we know that Swordsoul can OTK, so this could be a quick game 1. We're going to go ahead and normal out what appears to be a Taya. Taya is going to go ahead and banish the Moyi. That's going to bring out another token. This is Nib range right here. I do not see a Nib though, but we're going to go ahead and Vashuda, bounce the Gigantic Spright. That's going to send the Hugin and the Carrot to the graveyard. Now we're going to go ahead and banish the Adhara. Adhara is going to go ahead and add back the Moyi to hand. And imagine we just go Boxia to spin back those two. We are going to go, there we go, Boxia. Boxia effect is going to go ahead and spin back both the Runick Fountain and the set card. We're going to meet a Smashers with that. So we're going to go ahead and banish the carrot and tribute off the Hugin. I think Hugin, one of those Hugins has to go back to the extra deck, I do believe. Oh no, because it was the one was a material. We're tributing the other one and it's getting banished, so never mind. I don't think either one goes up to the extra deck. Could be wrong though. Let me read the wording on Hugin. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle card, yeah, so it would just be sent. Okay, so we do open up a Long U1. Long U1's gonna go ahead. That brings out the Ice Jade, and now we're gonna go ahead and go. Let's see here. We got Ice Jade and we have the Shishao. That's a swing there. I would imagine that's probably close to game. And we're going to pass to our Runick player. We're going to allow him another chance. We're going to go ahead and Dark Ruler the board. That's a good start. We can just set up the... Ooh, with the Live Twin in hand. So it makes you wonder why he didn't normal summon that last turn. So where you activate the effect, it's going to bring out the Leela. He had to have that in turn. No, he had Dark Ruler in hand. He must have top decked the Kisakil. So that's probably was his top deck, was the Live Twin. This is kind of bad for our Swordsoul player, but we know that Swordsoul has a ton of follow-up though, so I would imagine though that given one interruption, we're going to be able to play through that. It all depends on the draw that we're going to get. So we are not going for Live Twin plays though, even under Dark Ruler. I think I would go for Live Twins, try to get a draw and a pop. Pop can deal with either the Ice Jade or the Shisha, then you go the Trouble Sunny. You're going to have to skip the battle phase, but... I don't know. I think a draw is important right here because if you draw into a Runick card, then you're probably going to draw into more cards. But we are going to see a Mannequin Cat come down. So, interesting play here. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to go Mannequin Cat. Let's see what he targets. He, effect. Did you grab Ecclesia? No, you're going to grab Ash Blossom. Okay, so he's going to special Ash Blossom to his opponent's field. And then that's going to allow him to... Let's see what he does, what he special summons out here. So it has to be a fire. Does special summon out? Oh, let me take a look at that real quick. That appears to be... Alright, so rereading that, Mannequin Cat can target any monster that's face up on the field. So it can target the Shishao, and it can bring out a light. So it probably brought out the other Kisakil. And once you do that... You can go ahead and link both those off into the Kisakil. Kisakil can bring back a Leela. Then you can link both those off. That's going to make yourself a Leela. So this gets you the draw. So he's valuing the draw here over the pop. Unless you go Trouble Sunny. So that is definitely possible there. Let me take a look at something real quick. Okay, so we get a draw. Hopefully we draw a Runick spell off that, because that would be obviously huge. That's really what we're looking for here is a Runick spell. So we link both those off. We can go into the Trouble Sunny. Alright, Trouble Sunny. Now we can activate the effect of Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny can go ahead and tribute itself. That can bring back the Kisakil and the Leela. Now we can get the Leela effect to go ahead and pop. So we are going to go ahead and try to figure out which one we're going to pop here. Let's see, reading Ice Jade. Ice Jade creates cards kind of crazy, actually. Makes it so that monsters can't be destroyed. So we do go ahead and pop the Ice Jade. Now we're going to banish our Trouble Sunny. And that's going to go ahead and send the Leela to the graveyard. And then that's going to allow it to send one card on the field. Let's see what he sends here. We are going to go ahead and activate a Runick Destruction. However, we're going to activate the effect of Ice Jade, but correct me if I'm wrong, they're under Dark Ruler. So I guess we forgot that we were under Dark Ruler there. So we are going to go ahead and get our Runick to shuffle back into draw. Let's see what's happening here. I'm imagining our Swordsoul player is probably scooping, or our Runick player is scooping. Not 100% sure there. I think that there's a couple misplays possibly. So we got the Trouble Sunny effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send one evil twin from your hand, deck, or face of the field to the graveyard, and send one card to the graveyard. So we can definitely send a card. We could have sent the Shishao for sure. And then we also top deck the Runick Destruction. So we're looking to special summon, I think, and then we could shuffle back and draw. But I think that we chained the Ice Shade and we forgot that we were under Dark Ruler there. Quote me if I'm wrong, unless I missed something. I'm sure Andrew will comment down below and let me know. But I think that that was a misplay because, or just incorrect, because we were under Dark Ruler there. And so I think that that is something to obviously consider. But with all that being said, we are going to go into game number 2. I would imagine that we're going to figure out who won there. I think that our Runick player scooped, but I'm not 100% sure because based on the way that that game ended, I'm actually kind of confused. I'm not going to lie to you, but we're going to allow them to shuffle up. We're going to go into game number 2, and maybe we can figure out who actually won that game number 1. All right, game number 2. This is your reminder to please consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. This is round number 3. Round 4 is coming up, and then we have top 4 and finals. So consider subscribing. We got more Vanquish Soul, Swordsoul, and Rika Sun Avalon coming up. So if you want to see those decks in action, please consider subscribing. So based on our Runick player going first, I'm assuming that he scooped game 1. I'm not realizing that his opponent was under Dark Ruler. So we are going to see a strong start, which is our Runick engine along with the Evil Twin, Live Twin engine. So this is a great start for him using 2 cards and being able to get both engines online. So we're going to go ahead and be discarding another Live Twin out of our hand, and that's going to go ahead and get us our Runick Fountain off of our Hugin. And obviously we have the Kiss Kill, which can special out the Leela, and now we can go ahead and go into our gigantic Spright. So we are going to try to make this our nib-proof board. We're going to go ahead and detach the Leela. Leela is then going to go ahead and, or Gigantic Sprite's probably going to special summon out a Spright Blue. And there is the Spright Blue coming down. It's a beautiful secret. I do love that card. And Spright Blue is going to go ahead and grab, or special summon out a Spright Jet. Jet's going to go ahead and activate. That's going to go ahead and grab the Spright Starter. And we are off to full combo at this point. I mean, we've deck thinned. I do see a Book of Moon. Book of Moon really good against Swordsoul. And I do see another Ash Blossom. Now the question is, do we have another Runick card to make our Runick Fountain live? So we're going to go ahead and attempt to activate the Runick Fountain, but then we might as well do it now because our opponent knows we have it. And is that card Book of Moon or is that Runick? It is a Runick card. So we're going to go ahead and get the Runick Destruction. That's going to go ahead and special out another Hugin. Now we can go ahead and get the effect to go ahead and makes you wonder if he should have Spright started first. I don't know. Let's see if he goes for it. He goes for like a Spright Red or something. Let's see what he draws. Puts 2 Runick spells back and then draws 2. Now we're going to take the Hugin and we're going to take the Spright Jet and we're going to go ahead and link those off, and we're going to link those off for something I can't see. And now we're going to go ahead and link off and make a Kiss Kill. Kiss Kill is going to go ahead and bring out Leela. Then that's going to go ahead and make into the Evil Twin Leela. And then the Evil Twin Leela can go ahead and bring back the Kiss Kill and we can draw another card. So great combo there. I'm imagining that's probably IP up in the extra monster zone. If I had to take a guess, I would imagine glare is in the worst spot. I thought we fixed the glare, and I apologize dramatically for the glare. I swear we fixed the glare, and on all the other videos there has been no glare, but it seems to be the table position that this was at. The glare is right there in the extra monster zone. It's very unfortunate, but we are going to Spright Starter. I imagine that's going to bring out the Spright Red, or we go Carrot here, but we are going to go Spright Red. Obviously not drawing that off of our Kiss to Kill or our Runick draws, which is good. And we got a good setup here. So we're revealing that we have the Adhara in hand by accidental drop, and we're going to pass to our Swordsoul player. So ending on a ton of interruptions here, but we do have the Swordsoul Emergence. So we're going to go ahead and straight drop the Swordsoul Emergence. And that is going to resolve. So obviously that's really good for Swordsoul because any worm is combo, and he grabs the Moyi. If we see, I mean, it's crazy to think that Moyi was actually limited in Master Duel, how powerful of a card that is, and, you know, in Swordsoul format. Oh, did he pass? Wait, no, he did not pass. All right, so we get an Incredible Ecclesia. Not sure why we drew. Oh, we drew off bringing back our Kiss to Kill, I think? No, because it was already there. I'm not sure why we drew. We are going to Ash Blossom, the Incredible Ecclesia. Now we do have Talents. Talents is insane. What do we do here? Do we draw 2? We are going to take... Oh, do we go for a Zeus line here? So we take the Gigantic Spright. Interesting. You know they play Lynx. Do you take a IP there? I mean, you said take and he approved it, So you can take any monster there. It makes you wonder if you just take the IP, because I think IP is going to prove to be a big interruption here. But we are going to go normal summon Moyi effect to bring out a token. We are going to go ahead and activate the Spright Red. Spright Red is going to go ahead and send the Kiss a Kill to the graveyard. That's going to allow the Leela to bring it back, and then that's going to go ahead and allow our Runick player to draw. The only thing I'm unsure about is why our Runick player drew earlier. I'm not sure where that came from, but I think that talents, you either take the Spright Red or the IP there. I think that is probably the best play. So yeah, IP is going to go ahead and activate. That's going to go ahead and bring out a Griffin. And you knew that the Griffin was coming. Now the only thing you could do is go for a Zeus line. But with that, they can just go ahead and bring back the Leela, and that can just pop the gigantic Spright. And so that pretty much plays into all of your lines there. So we are going to go Long U1 effect. Long U1's going to go ahead and pitch. And we have the Water Tinny. We have the Earth Tinny, appears like. So we are going to go ahead and pitch that. And that is going to bring out a token. We have to respond here, so we're going to have to go Kiss a Kill, bring back the Leela, I would imagine. Unless you allowed him to make a Barone. But I don't think you do. I think you have to respond here. Let's see what our Runick player wants to do. He obviously has Runick cards too, so the Runick cards obviously could be impactful when considering, you know, negating something or popping something. If they do go for a Barone, it all depends on what the Runick cards are in hand. After careful consideration, it appears that he is going to let this resolve, and he is going to have no response, allowing him to Synchro Summon into a Synchro 12, and he's going for the Ice Jade again. Ice Jade card is obviously kind of insane, making it so that his cards are unaffected. Let's see if I can get the actual wording on this. Yeah, it makes it unaffected. So we're going to read Griffin. Griffin is obviously a broken card in this deck. Griffin, so if this is co-linked, you can draw a card. Makes sense now. And you special summon monsters on the field can activate their effects. So the Ice Jade is actually can't even activate its effect. We are going to go, and that makes actually complete sense now. Why we go Griffin. So that makes sense why he didn't activate any Runick cards or negate the Longy one, because obviously with the Griffin up, and since it's co-linked, then you can't even activate any special summon monsters effects. So we're going to go ahead and see the Leela come back. That's going to go ahead and pop the Ice Jade. And if there's nothing here, then at Talents at the end phase, then he's going to get back his Gigantic Spright. So he is going to go ahead and attack with Gigantic Spright. That's going to battle over. But again, as long as that Griffin is on the field, he still can't activate the effects. And Griffin's attack is actually at, what, 2,500? So Gigantic Spright not being able to battle over that. We are going to go for a Zeus. Now, it does make you wonder. So Griffin is worded unless they are linked. I'm wondering if there's a way to play around this to get yourself in a position to where it's going to be co-linked. I just don't think that there's a way. Even the live, nobody has an up arrow. Except for Griffin, but it's obviously in the middle zone. So, unfortunate. But we are going to see our Runick player have tip. So we're going to go ahead and tip effect. That's going to go ahead and grab ourselves out what appears to be a Flashing Fire, I think is what he grabbed there. Which is obviously a great card. So we can just Flashing Fire to get rid of the Zeus, and we could probably just battle for game here. I would imagine that our Runick player is probably going to take this game. It seems like it's out of reach here for our Swordsoul player, but he is going to have to skip his battle phase. So we are going to go ahead and put 2 back and draw. So after reading Ice Jade again, it actually has a secret effect that if a card is banished by your opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So hidden fact, the Ice Jade actually just comes back because a card was banished off of the Runick spells. So very interesting enough. That is awesome there. I didn't actually know that that was a thing. So I was pretty cool to see that. We are going to go ahead and see the Kiss a Kill come back. Kiss a Kill is then going to go ahead and activate to draw a card because it is co-linked. And our Runick player is going to go ahead and link both of the evil twins off for Trouble Sunny. We are going to see the Trouble Sunny come down. And let's see what happens here. Considering activating the Trouble Sunny effect is what I'm thinking here. We are going to go ahead and go Spright Smashers. Smashers is then going to go ahead and banish the Spright Jet from the graveyard and send the Spright Red. We're going to go ahead and banish the Ice Jade from the field, which is good. But again, we still have the Zeus to deal with. Now, Griffin is still in the field, so Zeus cannot activate, but the Trouble Sunny does have an up arrow. So what I was thinking was, we are going to see the destructions take it down, obviously. But what I was thinking was, if you put the Zeus in the extra monster zone, just thinking out loud, there was a possibility that they go Trouble Sunny into the zone where it makes your Zeus live, and it's something to definitely consider in that moment. If I were Swordsoul on that play, I probably would have put it in the extra monster zone, and that's what I was thinking, just in case your opponent does link into something that gives it an up arrow, because then it would be co-linked. Oh, no, I take that back. It's not co-linked when it's an XYZ. Forget everything I just said. It's not co-linked. I'm taking that back. All right, so we're going to go into a long U1 here. Long U1's going to go ahead and activate, and that's going to go ahead and bring out a token. Now, we could go Baron, but then we're just going to go ahead and activate the Trouble Sunny to bring back into Pop. So I don't think that that does anything, even if you do go Baron here. You could go Changing, because Changing does still get the attack gain. And he is going to go Changing, and you still can't destroy the Changing, mostly because it's not an activated effect, it's just banishes. So Griffin doesn't make it so that you can't activate the effect of banish, because it doesn't activate, it just banishes to protect itself. So that is a good call. I do think that Changing was really good. Maybe our Runick player didn't realize that, because I would have definitely have popped the long yuan or the token when I saw that, because Changing is obviously can't be, doesn't activate. So we are going to go ahead and out something there, and he's going to go ahead and activate the Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny effect is going to go ahead and activate. So we got Leela and we got the Kiss skill. So we're going to go ahead and draw a card. And the Changing obviously can't be destroyed. Oof. We don't know that. So, yeah. So that obviously a misplay by our Swordsoul player. So Changing doesn't activate, and if I'm reading this correctly, Griffin says that special monsters in the field cannot activate their effects unless they are linked. Oh, so they actually, you could have done Zeus if you put it in the extra monster zone. So two things there that I would have noticed. I would have put Zeus in the extra monster zone, and actually let me know if Zeus, if a link monster points to Zeus in that instance, can you activate Zeus? I think by the wording you can. The other thing is Changing obviously can't be destroyed, and I don't know how our Runick player would have out Changing. So right there, that would have been a game changer, because you could just banish a card instead. Since Changing doesn't activate to protect itself, it just banishes a card. It's like a sewing, like Sunvine Sewing. It just banishes itself to protect the link monster. So, all right, we are going to move into game number 3 though, and we're going to dive into it. Let's see how this match ends. All right, moving on to game number 3. Let's see how this one ends. Probably going to see our Swordsoul player goes first, and obviously Swordsoul is a pretty oppressive board if it does pop off and go first, and knowing that the Runick player probably doesn't have a lot of hand traps. Oof, what just happened there? It looks like we are going to be unfortunate. We're going to be passing there. So do we not see a way to play? So we are, or do we allow our Runick player to go? No, because he drew. So we're going to go Runick Tip. It's going to meet an Ash. Then we're going to go ahead and go Slumber. And make sure that's Slumber. Yeah, that's Slumber. Okay. That's going to go ahead and special summon. Then we're going to go ahead and go Lancia here, but I don't think that that's correct, because we would have activated the effect, discard the Dispelling, then we're going to search a Runick Fountain. We should have waited until another Runick play was made. I guess you can't activate it at all. So this is good. Okay, this was good. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Runick Fountain. This is going to prevent him from being able to activate the Runick spells this turn anyway. So siding Lancia, that's really good. Now I'm interested in the rest of his hand, because we are going to see a pass there. So with Hugin, pass. Now let's see if our Swordsoul player can play. We do have a Moyi. I did see Moyi in our hand. Now we do activate the Freezing Curses to negate the Moyi. Right? Freezing Curses negates. Then banish the top 3. So I'm not sure why. What is even happening in this game? So why did Moyu go to the grave? Freezing Curses only negates it. Okay, alright. So just a lot of misplaying in this game, I'm not going to lie to you. It's very unfortunate to see, actually. So we're going to pass. I wonder what the rest of his hand was, if he still could have played. So we're going to go ahead and see overlay for a gigantic Spright with a normal summon of the Kill. So depending on what the rest of his hand was, it obviously could have been much different for our Swordsoul player. And then we're going to pass on a gigantic Spright. So I think I'm missing what might be happening here. Hold on one second. So trying to rewatch and see what happened there. So we do have a Taya effect. We go Freezing Curses. Freezing Curses to negate. I'm still trying to figure out how that Moyu got into the graveyard. I think that was a misplay by some form, but I'm going to have to rewatch that back. So it looks like we do pass to our Runick player. Let's see where we go from here. So we do draw, and then we go Spright Blue, normal summon, normal Spright Blue effect. That's going to go ahead and bring out what appears to be a Jet. Now we're going to go ahead and grab the Smashers. Then we get the gigantic Spright effect. And that's going to go ahead and special summon out. Let me see something real. You can activate the, yeah, okay. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Kill. Now we're going to go ahead and I would imagine our Swordsoul player is going to scoop here, which appears to be what is happening. So our Swordsoul player is going to scoop. Interesting match, I'm not going to lie to you, but we're coming to the end of the video. So this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG, signing out.